Well, it might not be John Lyall's first choice lineup given the injury problems here at Portman Road, but it's a team which has served him very well recently. Unbeaten in 3 games, they've won their past 2 matches 3-0. So, as you'd expect, it's the same again for Ipswich today, and that means Mickey Stockwell, who's played in several positions already this season, continues as makeshift striker alongside Chris Kiwomya. And at the back, Frank Yallop makes his 250th appearance for Town. As for Newcastle, well, like Ipswich, they've blown hot and cold this season, keen to make up for just missing out on promotion last year when they reached the playoffs. They could well be difficult to break down, though, this afternoon. They've conceded just 3 goals in their 5 away games, and that is largely due, no doubt, to skipper Roy Aitken. He, of course, was captain for Scotland in the World Cup in Italy earlier this year. And the referee today is Mr. Roger Wiseman, a marketing manager from Boreham Wood. So no score as we join the action in the first half. Been very effective with set pieces from corners this year, especially through Brian Gayle, who's on the near post. It's Linnigan who goes up and indeed wins the ball. Kiwomya losing out in terms of height to Kevin Scott, but another corner. Drilled in, and it's in! Brian Gayle! Well, you have to say that Newcastle quite clearly did not do their homework for this game. If they had have done, they would know only too well that that's exactly where Gayle has scored from earlier this season. It's a set piece that they work on in training, and it's proved to be very effective this year. And here's Kristensen now. It's a good run. And he's still there. Kristensen, just wide. Well, a tremendous run. Hill now. Sweeney there. Oh, runs into trouble. Hill looks for Kiwomya. He's onside. Can he bring it down now? Tries to find Milton. Milton's still there. And it's there! 2-0. Simon Milton. Well, really, he was never favourite for that one. Let's have a look at it again. Hill chipped it up. A little bit hopeful. Now, Kiwomya heads it back for Milton. 3 men around him, gets the first touch, looks to be off balance, but the kick was just enough to beat John Burridge. And that's 5 goals this year for Simon Milton. 36 minutes gone, Ipswich 2, Newcastle 0. Gregory. Now Kiwomya needs to use a bit of pace here. Stockwell in the middle, Milton on the edge of the box, tries another one. Well, he caught it very well, but high into the stand. Simon Milton got well forward there. Kiwomya found him, a little bit of time, a little bit of space, it just bobbled up a bit. Forced to pull his shot, but not a bad attempt. 2 goals in the win over Port Vale last week. 1 again today. It's going very well for Milton at the moment. And Faraday is through, Forrest to beat. Tremendous save. Well, the one major lapse in defence by Ipswich, almost very costly on the stroke of half-time. Great turn, great pass. Faraday got the better of Brian Gayle. Forrest comes out, and as Faraday looked to place it, Forrest did very well. Good goalkeeping. And that indeed is half-time. Ipswich Town 2, Newcastle 0. Brian Gayle, his 3rd goal this season. The set piece, which has already worked so well for Ipswich this year from the corner. A tremendous header to put them on the way. And then Simon Milton making it 2 after 36 minutes. And a substitution at half-time for Newcastle. Scott Sloan has come on in place of Liam O'Brien. Burridge with the kick, looking for Quinn. And Linnigan needs to be there. He's been beaten by Sloan. Sloan round Forrest, and no doubts about that. That's a penalty in anybody's money. Absolutely no doubts about that. Well, let's see it again. Scott Sloan, the substitute, got clear of Linnigan, a mistake by Linnigan, round Forrest, and Forrest brought him down. Absolutely no doubt about that. And Forrest indeed will be booked by referee Roger Wiseman, although it does raise the question again that under the new laws of the game this year, if a forward is brought down as he's making for goal deliberately, you have to say some referees have interpreted that as a sending off offence. And 2-1. Micky Quinn struck it firmly and beat Forrest. 5 minutes into the second half, Newcastle are back in the game. Quinn to Forrest's right. He guessed the right way, but it was struck too hard. Bradshaw to Faraday. Newcastle throw. And Brock's made a quick run from the throw-in. Can he get a shot in? He can indeed. Saved by Forrest, away by Johnson. What a let-off. Kevin Brock very nearly got the equaliser there. Meanwhile, Milton breaks for Ipswich. Hill in the middle. Milton wants to return, gets it. Hill again. Oh, and just cut out by John Anderson. Well, that was good, exciting football at either end. First, Kevin Brock, tremendous run, a quick run from the throw-in. Got the shot in, and Forrest did well to get the save there. And Johnson did equally well to make sure he was first to the rebound. Referee Roger Wiseman has looked at his watch once. It has to be said, we have had quite a few stoppages. That explains the 3rd minute of injury time. And Sloan, Ransom's there, a chance for an equaliser, Kristensen's there. Kristensen thinks he's equalised, but no. The linesman spotted an offside, and Ipswich survive. The long cross ball, Kristensen looks to be offside there. It fell to him again, and at that stage he, and indeed the Newcastle fans, thought it was 2-2. Kristensen has protested, and it's a red card. A disappointing way for the game to end. It's been a pulsating match. Kristensen clearly saying a little bit too much to the linesman. Well, Jim Smith will be doubly disappointed now. Newcastle will feel to have had a share of the spoils, and he's now seen Kristensen sent off. They've certainly had their money's worth here at Ipswich today. And indeed, that is it. With 5 minutes of injury time played, referee Roger Wiseman blows the whistle. Ipswich are happy. Newcastle most certainly are not. Micky Quinn, one of the men who's keen to have a word. And some of the Newcastle officials, including manager Jim Smith, off the bench. The final score after a pulsating all-action match: Ipswich Town 2, Newcastle United 1.
We were hoping not to concede so early in the second half or at all, but that's the way it goes. And basically, I think they had their chances to come back, and they had a good chance late in the first half. But overall, I think maybe they deserved a draw, but we're quite happy with the result.
Now, what about that penalty? No complaints from you, I think it's fair to say.
No, that's right. I came out and he rounded me, and I felt I had to pull him down, sort of the professional thing.
Did you worry at one moment there that he might just get the red card out?
No, I didn't actually. I was surprised he booked me because I didn't even think about it. I thought, oh, there's a foul, there's a penalty. Oh, geez, here we go. And then he came up, and I think he almost forgot himself because he came up when I was on the goal line.